He arrived in the Arctic, and the first thing he did each morning after waking up was come here to shovel snow. He would keep shoveling until the dark soil beneath was exposed. He did this to make this marker more noticeable. He had been stranded in the Arctic for 3 years. This man repeated just 3 tasks every day. The second task was checking the traps to see if there was any catch. That day when he pulled up the wire, it was a salmon. Although he had caught prey, there was no joy on his face because he had been eating this same food for 3 years. Afterwards he climbed to the mountain top again, shaking the machine non-stop, trying to send out a signal. Today there was no response. As he was preparing to return, the indicator light suddenly switched from red to green. This meant someone nearby had received his signal. He saw a helicopter approaching. He immediately took out the signal flare, lit it and waved it while shouting. Just as the helicopter was about to land, a sudden storm swept in. The man watched as the aircraft crashed. He ran quickly to the helicopter to pull the pilot out, but the man had already passed away. The woman in the co-pilot seat was still alive, but her abdomen had a long deep wound. Secured her to a metal plate, and then dragged her back to his camp. Looking at the unconscious woman in front of him, he took her hand, then raised his own hand to demonstrate, hoping she would mimic the clenching and releasing motion to regain consciousness. The man was filled with guilt. If it hadn't been for his distress signal, these 2 people wouldn't have ended up in such a disaster. He fed the woman a piece of fish, perhaps because her husband had just died. She refused to eat when he offered another piece. In the following days the man continued his usual tasks, yet no rescue team appeared. Even after all the anti-inflammatory medicine was gone, the woman's condition hadn't improved. Without timely medical treatment she could die. The next day he began inventorying supplies, preparing to head toward the research station because he had to carry the woman. Any steep terrain required him to recalculate the route. That night they found a nearby cave to spend the night. Unfortunately her condition worsened. She could neither eat nor drink. The next morning, the man emerged from the cave and continued the journey. After prolonged exposure to the wind and snow, the woman's body grew weaker. Red rashes spread across her eye sockets, and blood leaked from the corners of her mouth. Her wound had become severely infected. The man realized that the woman might not make it to the destination. From this point on he would have to continue alone. Suddenly his foot slipped.